Welcome to ventichic. We're happy to see you here. Are you ready to get inspired? If yes, let's talk about the 15 indicators of poor education. In this way, if you have it or you have people like this in your life, this video can serve as a wake-up call for you and give some tips to help you change your mindset and environment to become successful. Let's start. Number 1. They are judgmental. Have you encountered someone who's always finding faults in others without acknowledging their positive qualities or efforts? Those who are overly critical and judgmental usually possess the same flaws they condemn in others. If you find yourself surrounded by such people, it's best to maintain some distance. Number 2. They talk first and think later. People with poor education often speak without fully considering the consequences of their words. During a conversation, we must examine our opinions and be mindful of how our words can affect others. Number 3. They don't form their own opinions. Our opinions should reflect our values and philosophies as individuals. Poorly educated people who allow the opinions of others to dictate their lives might struggle with self-awareness and lack understanding of their true selves. Forming your own opinions is an effective way to increase self-awareness and avoid being thoughtless or poorly educated. Number 4. They are self-centered. Self-centered people tend to lack consideration and empathy for others. They may focus conversations on themselves and downplay the experiences of others. For example, if someone shares a difficult experience, a self-centered person might try to one-up them with their own story, even if it's not true. They crave attention and don't mind manipulating others to get it. Number 5. They're easily influenced by others. A common sign of poor education is being easily influenced by the words and actions of others. While we are all influenced to some extent, it becomes problematic when we can't make important decisions without input from others or live our lives based on their opinions. You can assess your susceptibility to influence by asking yourself if you constantly need to please others or worry about upsetting them. Also, consider how often you struggle to say no when you want to. Answering honestly can help you understand how much you're affected by others' opinions and how it impacts your choices. Number 6. They make no effort to be better. A poorly educated person lacks effort to improve themselves. This is due to being too comfortable in their current situation and not seeing the need for change. By settling for less, they're preventing themselves from reaching their full potential and achieving their goals. If you're unsure of what you want, you can start by reigniting your childhood passions or putting more effort into something that interests you. Don't let comfort and complacency hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself. Since you're here watching our video, then that means that you're slowly making an effort to be the better version of yourself. If you love this list so far, please like the video and share it with friends and family so you all can be the best versions of yourselves and grow to be successful. Number 7. They lack self-awareness. Self-awareness is crucial in understanding how our emotions, habits, and daily lives connect. Without self-awareness, seeing how our emotions may affect our decision-making process and ultimately our overall quality of life can be challenging. Furthermore, it can be challenging to grow as a person without self-awareness. How can we grow when we don't know ourselves? By practicing self-awareness, we take the initiative to look within and understand who we truly are. We can identify our strengths, weaknesses, and what sets us apart. Unfortunately, some individuals who lack self-awareness may discover unpleasant truths about themselves when practicing self-awareness. Rather than facing these truths and working to improve, they may bury them deep within themselves. This impacts their lives and relationships in various ways. Number 8. They don't admit their ignorance. Refusing to acknowledge your ignorance makes it harder to learn. Accepting it is key to gaining new knowledge. Organizations and employers value those who are willing to learn and grow. Meanwhile, those who aren't often get left behind. Number 9. They don't learn from their mistakes. Making a mistake is normal and helps us learn. Repeating it may mean you need more practice, but repeating it multiple times is a red flag. Some poorly educated people fail to learn from their mistakes because they don't take the time to understand what went wrong. Not knowing the reason makes it likely to happen again. Number 10. They have no urge to learn new things. Smart people seek new knowledge even outside their field, while the poorly educated avoid it. The former thirst for knowledge while the latter consider it a burden. The latter prefer to stay comfortable with the knowledge they have, missing out on new experiences. We would like to ask a question. If you have abundant money, time, and an able body, what thing or experience would you like to try out? Let us know in the comments below. Number 11. They talk more than they listen. It's frustrating when someone talks excessively about themselves, their life, and their belongings. Such people can be irritating, and finding a balance between talking and listening is essential. True friends listen to each other. Effective listening is crucial for building strong relationships. Number 12. They undermine their abilities. It's possible to become more intelligent through conscious effort. Unfortunately, some poorly educated people let their belief in their lack of intelligence affect their self-esteem and confidence, causing them to underestimate their abilities. This negative attitude may affect how others view them, making it hard to form friendships or gain employment. Even if they possess the required skills, their negative attitude changes everything. Number 13. They're oblivious to other people's feelings. Poorly educated individuals may have low emotional intelligence or EQ, making understanding other people's emotions challenging. They may recognize the emotions but choose to ignore them. For example, someone with low EQ may make a hurtful joke and mock someone who doesn't find it funny. This behavior demonstrates a lack of regard for others' feelings and a lack of emotional intelligence. Number 14. They blame others for their challenges. It would be great if we never had to take responsibility for our challenges, but the reality is we are often responsible for our obstacles and mistakes. Our decisions and actions have consequences, and it's up to us to take responsibility for them. Blaming others is a defense mechanism that prevents us from reflecting on our behavior. If we don't reflect, we can't improve. Unintelligent people often find someone else to blame for their failures instead of taking responsibility. Before we proceed to our last indicator, please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss any inspiring videos like this from us. Let's head over to our last hint. Number 15. They expect different results from doing the same thing. We don't want to rain on your parade, but repeating the same thing and expecting different results is a recipe for failure. It's important to try something new if you want to see different outcomes. It's that simple. So, those are the 15 indicators of poor education. If you recognize any of these habits in yourself, it's best to take the initiative to make positive changes. It's important to remember that at ventichic, we're here to support you in becoming a better person, not to criticize you for your shortcomings. We all have areas to improve upon, and the first step is self-awareness. Taking the first step is hard, but since you've recognized where you fall short, the second step will be much easier. We hope our video for today has helped you reflect on some things in your life. As a reward for recognizing your mistakes and staying until the end of this video, we have a bonus for you. Number 16. They look down on others. It's never okay to belittle someone, regardless of status. Unfortunately, those with poor education may disrespect service staff based on their perceived status, but treating people this way is never right, so don't do it. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up, click the notification bell to stay updated on our uploads, and remember to subscribe to our channel. See you on our next uploads.